Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another movie review. In today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on this really old film which came out in the year 1991, and this movie is directed by Joel Schumacher, who also directed Phone Booth, and this movie stars Julia Roberts and Campbell Scott. And yeah, and earlier I just got done watching this movie on DVD, and this review is on Dying Young. Dying Young is directed by Joel Schumacher, like I said, and also, like I said, stars Julia Roberts and Campbell Scott. And in this movie, we follow these two characters. Julia Roberts and Campbell Scott star in this moving love story about the power of inspiration. With little money, a poor education, and no luck when it comes to love, Hillary O'Neill answers to a want ad and finds her whole world suddenly changed. Hired as a caretaker to a seriously ill young man, played by Campbell Scott, like she unexpectedly discovers that they have much in common, and even though he is wealthy and intelligent. Their growing friendship quietly develops into a deep and powerful romance that ultimately tests the boundaries of true love. And yeah. So, like I said, I just got done watching this movie on DVD since it's not available anywhere on digital streamings or streaming platforms. So, I got this DVD off of eBay recently, as you saw in my last update video. And after watching this movie, I know critics weren't really that positive on this film, since I know this movie got like mixed to negative reviews from critics, and even Roger Ebert himself also did not enjoy this movie all that much, because he even called this movie like a slow paced like slug of a film. And even though the runtime is only like 111 minutes, and yeah, that was kind of one of my flaws I kind of have with the film. But the pacing is kind of slow at times, even when it kind of feels like it reached the 1 hour mark, even though it continues to keep going. But the pacing was kind of slow, one of my flaws I have with the film. But I gotta say, on a positive note, I gotta say that the performances between Campbell Scott and Julia Roberts, I think their chemistry actually worked. I think their chemistry was actually pretty good, in my opinion. I know my mom really loves Julia Roberts, like back in the old days, and I know, yeah, because yeah, Julia Roberts is a really, a really good actress, and I gotta say, her performance with her and Campbell Scott was actually pretty good, in my opinion. The performances I thought were good, and oh yeah, and this Vincent actor, like Vincent D'Onofrio, whatever you want to say his last name. But yeah, this Vincent guy also played Kingpin in the MCU shows, and he was there for the most part. Like, the Kingpin actor I that was in this film, he wasn't too bad in the film, and I mean I loved him as Kingpin on the MCU shows. And I think when it comes to the story to this movie, the story to this film kind of almost feels like almost like a generic love story that we and of course cliches that we've seen so many times. Even though this movie came out in the summer of 1991, released by 20th Century Fox and all that, but I gotta say, this was actually not a bad movie in my opinion. I kind of liked it, in my opinion. And yeah, the movie's rated R, and oh yeah, and of course this DVD also included some special features according to the DVD menu. But I didn't really bother looking at the special features after watching the movie, because I got other things to do. Like, I was busy doing other things, like, just like you guys don't even want to know that. So, and I gotta say, James Newton Howard's music score I thought was beautiful, because I thought there are some times where the music gets a little romantic and beautiful. I thought James Newton Howard's music score I thought was beautiful for the most part, and I gotta say, James Newton Howard's actually, like, because I've got lots of favorite film composers, and James Newton Howard's one of them. And I know James Newton Howard has composed music to Disney films like Dinosaur, Raya and the Last Dragon, and Treasure Planet, and yeah, Atlantis, like, you name it. Oh yeah, and when I was watching the opening credits when the movie started, I realized that one of the producers to this film is Sally Field. Yeah, Sally Field, pretty cool. And of course, the DVD I own here is the widescreen edition. And yeah. Excuse me. Oh yeah, and did I forget to mention that Kenny G performs an instrumental saxophone tune at the end of the film, because I actually watched the closing credits to listen to Kenny G's theme from Dying Young. Yeah, and that's what the name of the music is called, Theme from Dying Young by Kenny G. And speaking of Kenny G, my best friend Justin, in case some of you guys are probably didn't know, like my best friend Justin, he's a big fan of Kenny G, and he's not really the biggest fan of this film, and he told me through text messages that even if he does give this one a watch, it would be a one and done for him in his opinion. But I completely understand that, because I respect his opinion. But of course, the soundtrack and Kenny G's song, that's a different story to him, because I already told you, Justin loves Kenny G. In fact, just like in my Amadeus review, I'm going to be showing you guys a slideshow of Kenny G albums that my best friend Justin owns. And also permission was also granted from him to use these photos for this review. So I'm just going to continue talking while you guys see the CD albums of Kenny G, and of course the Dying Young soundtrack, which you're seeing right now. The soundtrack album CD of Dying Young, and of course the collection of Kenny G's albums. Oh yeah, and also back in December of 2018, just like over a year after me and Justin met in Alec Golf in 2017. During December of 2018, Justin he actually got to meet Kenny G in person. Yeah, and you're looking at him right now. Kenny G and Justin M actually met each other at an event. Yeah, that's very cool, and that's also very lucky to Justin that he actually got to meet Kenny G. Yeah, and Joel Schumacher. I thought Joel Schumacher's direction I thought was pretty decent, because I haven't really seen a lot of Joel Schumacher's films, but I know I've heard about him, and I think I remember hearing that he passed away back in June of 2020. And as for this movie, this may not be one of Joel Schumacher's best films he ever worked on, but this was a pretty decent, pretty good film in my opinion, like I said. And Joel Schumacher, he also directed Phone Booth, which I really enjoyed. Excuse me. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all there is to say for this review on Dying Young. Just to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on Dying Young. So overall, Dying Young was a good film, and I'm gonna give Dying Young 3.5 out of 5 stars. If you're bored one day and if you haven't seen Dying Young yet, then I say I recommend it. Even if you love Kenny G, then I say I recommend checking out this movie. Even if you also love Julia Roberts as well, even if you've never seen this film, then I say I recommend picking up a DVD somewhere on Amazon or eBay, since, like I said, this movie's not available anywhere on digital or streaming platforms. But if you're in the mood to watch this film, then I say I recommend checking out if you want. And there you have it, guys. That's my review on Dying Young. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.